Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to inspect a used car before buying. And for today's inspection, we'll be using a Mercedes-Benz ML550. It's a V8 engine, blue efficiency. So let's get right to it because I'm going to be giving you four major points, four major areas you might want to inspect when you're checking out a used car. And number four in this my list is one very crucial area that a lot of people do not pay attention to. So I'd like you guys to sit back, relax, hit the subscribe button, of course, to support us, and turn on the notification bell while we embark on this journey. Let's go. So the first thing you might want to do is, I always advise people, before you inspect any vehicle, make sure you inspect the car under daylight. Never expect your cars during the night, because you don't get to figure out all the details. You don't get to see a lot of things. A lot of things that'll be hidden in the night. So now we have daylight. In fact, it's really sunny. It's a very sunny day, and today we're looking at this ML550. And first thing you might want to check out is the appearance, and you want to step back a little bit to look at the car. Step back a little bit, take a look at the car, check out for irregularities and discoloration. I've already pointed out something. If you look at this car in this area, you figure out that the painting here doesn't rhyme with this. So obviously there might have been a dent here that did a paint job, but I guess the painter didn't do a very good job. Now this is not really a red flag per se, because this may not prevent you from buying this car. Okay, this is just like a way for you to get few pennies off the dealer's price. Okay, you can thank me later. Moving on, you may want to run your hands through the vehicle, check for irregularities, check for waviness, run your hands through the seams of the car, check for evenness, and check for rough patches. If you notice any of these things, you know that the car must have had an impact before, or it has been painted. Okay, once you notice waviness in the car, it means it's no longer smooth and there was a dent there. Okay, so after that, you might want to go under the vehicle, just pull up a foot mat from the car, and just inspect under the vehicle.
What type of
now
is this?
What you're looking for under the vehicle, you're looking out for rust, you're looking out for corrosions and dangling wires as well. Check the exhaust pipes, and also look out for corrosions on the exhaust pipes. Okay, there's another test for exhaust pipes that I'm going to show you guys, that will be later. Okay, so we'll move straight up to the trunk of the vehicle. Remember, move straight up to the trunk of the vehicle, and you might want to pull up the mats and check the sides. Oh jeez, sorry. Look out for your spare tires. Now look at all these areas and check out for, and be certain that there's no dents. Check for dents, check for leakages, check for rusts and corrosions as well. These are the major things you need to pay attention to while you are, inspecting your vehicle. Okay, so I've already done this before, that's why I'm not taking my time. You just need to look at all those things. And okay, so that's it with the trunk. So we'll now go over to the interior of the vehicle. So for the interior of the car, you look out for wears and tears on the seats. Majorly, some people, especially for cars that are panoramic roofs and sunroofs, you might want to look at the roof for stains, obvious stains, water stains, because some of these panoramic roofs or sunroof cars, over time, the rubbers wear out and they start leaking water. And the bad thing about this thing is that most times the leakages are not visible. They just go right into your car, and go beneath and start damaging things over there. So you might want to look at this, ensure that there are no signs of leakages coming from the roof, especially for panoramic roof cars. Okay, then ensure that all the knobs, everything are in place, everything is going. We're not starting the car yet until we have everything properly checked out. Okay, so once you're done with that and you're satisfied with the interior, remember our first point was the appearance of the car. That's the first area I said you should pay attention to. that's what your car you need to be appealing to you at least before you want to purchase the car. Okay, but I said that is not 100% red flag why you shouldn't buy the car. Okay, so when you're done looking at the interior and you're satisfied, now the next area you need to look at, remember the first one was appearance. Now the next place you need to look at is the engine of the vehicle. Okay, so we'll pop the hood of the vehicle. Okay, and you go right over real quick. Okay, so you check out the engine compartment, look around the chassis, and make sure that there's no sort of compression or welding, you know, or even corrosion anywhere to, I mean, if you notice any welding or compression, that means the car has had a possible there's been a possible front impact in the car. So you go over to the coolant, you check out the coolant. I always advise you even dip your hands inside and ensure that there's no oil inside. If it's mixed with oil, then it's a red flag. It's a red flag. This one is okay. Then you may want to check the dipstick of the car. When you bring out the dipstick of the car, most times you clean it. I always advise you clean it. Sorry, I use my hand to do this. It's oil. So when you put it back and bring it out again, check it if it's gauged. Now the color of oil, the oil you have here says a whole lot. If it's pink, if it's dark, it's not really a bad thing. But if it's milky, it means the engine oil mixes with water, and that's a very, very red flag. Don't buy that car. No talks, I not tell you. Anyways, so you also open here. Look out for sludges. This is neat. This is actually cool. Everything is fine. And look at the wiring. Look at if there's been any error in the wirings or rough works. You know whether maybe it's undergone a lot of electrical works and all that. Okay, so I mean, with this, I think we're good to go. We can go ahead to have the car checked out. We can go ahead to start the car right now. So after checking out everything in the engine compartment, we're still going to go back there much later once we start the car. Now I would advise, don't start the car yet. Just put in the keys and turn on the ignition of the car. Now you want to see all these indicator lights. Look at these lights on the dashboard. You want to see the check engine light, you want to see the tire pressure lights, you want to see the seat belt lights, traction control, park, handbrake, ABS, everything. This shows that the brain box reads everything in the car very well. Okay, once you turn on the car, once you start the car, can now go ahead to start the car. You see a lot of all these lights are going off. So the check engine light is still on, the tire pressure light is still on, so showing that the tire pressure is low. That's understandable. Now check engine light is on. In this part of the country, we usually have this problem of check engine lights in almost every car in Nigeria has check engine light problem because of maybe the bad fuel, or there's one problem or the other, maybe oxygen sensor or something. Now, but it's a very, very big problem when this check engine lights blinks. If it blinks, then the car needs serious immediate attention. Okay, so now we've started the car, we may want to go back to the engine compartment to pay attention, to listen to the engine sound. Okay, so let's go. We want to go back to the engine compartment to listen to the engine. You're looking out for knocking sounds or irregular sounds. Okay, so pay attention and listen. This sounds good and it runs smoothly. You can actually place your hand up here to feel the vibration. If it's shaking, then maybe there's a problem with the plug or something going on. So, and another thing you might want to check out is the exhaust. Now this is a check for the exhaust pipes. You want to come this way and you may want to put your hands. See, the exhaust is like all the way on there. Want to use your hand to block the exhaust pipe, and you're going to feel a pressure. If you don't feel that pressure that's pushing your hands up, then obviously your exhaust pipe is leaking. Okay, so So far so good. This is not bad. Everything is all right. There's no visible oil spillages or leakages around the engine compartment. So everything is good. Everything is good. So now we're going to the next part, the next area you must check when you're buying a car. See, I'm all sweaty. It's sunny. It's actually very, very sunny out there. So this the next part we're going to will be the drive of the car. Okay, that's where you have the legs, the suspension checked out. You want to listen out, pay attention to irregular sounds. Now, before we drive the car, this is a check I usually advise people to do to know if your suspensions are still okay. So you may want to just push on the car like this. See, this is actually good. If the car bounces up to 3 times, then you know that you need to change your suspensions for your leg for the car. Okay, you might visibly check out the brake pads. Okay, so first things first, we want to test run this vehicle. Let's go and let's drive this car and see how the drive is. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now the engine is running. Of course, you must have checked out your all the electronic components in the car, the radio, ensure the radio is working and all that, the CD and all that, the AC of the car. Okay, and you need to pay attention. If you figure out that I actually wound up my glasses to pay attention to the car, so you might need to wind up your glasses and turn on the ACs to be able to hear the sound of the car, to know exactly if there are strange noises and all that. So now we're about to test run the car. So we just engage the gear and so let's give it a drive. And while you're moving, you're paying attention to the tires, you're paying attention to everything that's going on in the vehicle. You don't need to play any music right now. You just want to hear the sounds and be sure that the legs of the car is okay. Although most times when you buy a used car, I always advise my clients to always go and pay for change your linkages and all that, because of course it's being used. So you might want to get new ones, maybe even possibly your suspensions. In fact, I normally advise people to go and change your tires and suspensions as long as you're buying a used car, so you're certain of what you're using. Okay, so this drive feels good. You might want to even enter rough terrain so that you get to hear the sounds of the engine, of the tires, to ensure that your suspensions are good, your bushings and everything, your caliper, everything is working perfectly well. For this is actually good. This is actually good. Everything is intact. Nothing. I can actually give this 85%, if not 90. So this is actually good. Everything is working perfectly well. And here's another thing you may want to do. You may want to turn your steering to the X, like full to the end, to listen if there's any vibration or any sound you hear. If you hear any sound like that, it means your steering rack is faulty, that it needs attention. But this is good. There's nothing, we're not hearing anything. Everything is good. Everything works perfectly well. So we're done with inspecting the drive. We've inspected the appearance of the car. Remember the 3 major points that we've mentioned. We mentioned the appearance, we mentioned the engine. Now we're on the drive and we're done with that. Now for the number 4 that I told you guys a lot of people don't pay attention to, and most times people get into trouble because of this reason, is the documentation of the car. You may want to reach out to the previous owner of the car, especially when the person selling the car directly to you is a dealer, when you're not buying directly from the owner of the car. Okay, you might want to reach out to the previous owner, find out reason why the person is selling and the person consenting to selling the vehicle, because there's been stories of a lot of people buying stolen cars, and at the end of the day, when after purchasing, the police, you don't want to get into police problem, especially in this part of the world.
How many times will they tell you before you know that?
So the major thing is, and trust me, I always tell people it's your fault if you get into this kind of situation, because you're supposed to reach out to this person to know reason why the person is selling and whether the person consented to selling this vehicle. Okay, so that being done, aside that area of buying stolen vehicles, there's another merit, okay, that it has. It also gives you accurate information about the car, to know when the car landed the country and how long this car
has been used, has been driven. I mean, that gives you an idea of how long this car has been used. And with that, all those informations, you can also use that to strike off a little penny from this car. You know, my own is just to help people save money. I just want to help people save your money. I don't want to be spending money up and down. So, I mean, I hope this video in one way or the other has added value to your life. And if it has, I would urge you guys to drop your comments. I need your likes, and always subscribe to our channel. Click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and you can always reach out to us on our other social media platforms that are stated in the description in this video. And if you have things you want us to talk about as well, you can go ahead and drop it in the comment section. I am open to ideas. Anything you have challenges in, I am here to come true for you anytime, any day. Okay, so, and also if you have questions concerning cars, you want to buy a car, if you want to work on your vehicle, you want to revamp your vehicle, I mean, we're open to any business. We're open to business deals anywhere, any part of the world. So guys, do well to link up on our bio and subscribe to our channels, turn on the notification bell. Thank you so much. I hope this was helpful and educative to someone out there. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for always coming through for us. Peace.